everyone. This is kind of fun. We're coming to you today while the electricity is out. Bit of a spring thing, apparently. So I'm coming to you without my notes today, which I actually am kind of excited about because I'm really just going to come to you from my heart. So first of all, hello. I mean, it's just such a privilege, to come to you today via this short video, and the time with you in this method is certainly a joy to me, and I appreciate you taking the time to spend a little time here. And I've had a lot of fun here just in the last couple of weeks. I'm actually working on a message that'll be a much bigger message than what I can bring you today in this short video. But there's a few little pieces and parts to this as I'm working on a broader, what might even become a series, but I'm working on a broader message. And so as I come to you today, I just want you to know that, from my heart, you're amazing. You're so valuable. You're precious people that God loves dearly. And I think more than anything, we can't ever forget the fact that God is just so good. And consequently, our life with Him is so good, right? And that's not to say that you're not facing challenges or difficulties, or, there aren't things that are messy, I mean, come on, there's that kind of thing in life. But you today are more than an overcomer because of Christ in you. Not because of you, not because of your behavior, your decisions, and so forth, but because of Christ in you. And please don't ever forget that. So I want to take just a moment today and read a little bit here from Ephesians Chapter 3. I'm going to start here in verse 14. I suspect that this is a passage that many of you are familiar with. So you'll recognize some of this, I'm sure. But there's one little piece in here that's just been challenging my heart, and therefore I want to offer it to you as something to challenge your heart, as a point of potential growth. So starting with verse 14. This is Paul speaking. He says, "For this reason I bow my knees before the Father, from whom every family in heaven and on earth is named, that according to the riches of His glory He may grant to you to be strengthened with power through His Spirit in your inner man, so that Christ in you may dwell in your hearts through faith, that being rooted and grounded in love, many will have strength." And it goes on there, but I'm going to stop right there because that verse right there caught me in a way that it never has before. So let me go back to that. He's encouraging us here to have faith. To have hearts that dwell in faith. But did you catch what is said right after that? It says that you being rooted and grounded in love. What caught me is Paul says here a statement. He makes a statement that you are rooted and grounded in love. And what is challenging my heart in a good way, that I offer to you today as a challenge, is this very thought that we are called to be in faith. We need to be in faith. That's an important part of our lives. And for life to work and life to move forward and to embrace all that God has for us, faith is key. But what I would say to you is, he's saying, just like a fact, that you're rooted and grounded in love. So here's the thought. If we're rooted and grounded in love, then faith works. And I don't know if you're catching the power of that. But I think, we've tried to do faith through our own efforts, through our own work, through our own whatever, or some special thing from God. And the reality of what I see here, and I would encourage you to dig into and to think about, is if we're rooted and grounded in love, which has to come from us embracing what Christ has done for us, then our faith will take on a whole different flavor. And it'll work, right? Man, I haven't even begun to do that thought justice. In this video, all I'm doing is presenting it to you as a thought, as an idea of something for you to dig into and to think about. What about this? Am I rooted and grounded in love, as Paul is using as just kind of a foregone thought? And if I'm not, is there work that I can do there to embrace the truth of God's goodness and love for me, and therefore being rooted and grounded in that, and therefore see faith work differently? So there is a challenge that I lay out before you that I haven't even begun to really unpack, but I just put it in front of you in this short video today as something for you to chew on. But never forget, you're valuable, you're precious, God loves you, and from In Motion Ministries, we just thank you for taking a few minutes to spend this time with us. I really do appreciate it, and I wish you all of God's riches and blessings.